Hello, my name is Creostix, and welcome back to Dark Souls Remastered. And I've gotten a few levels indeed since our last video. I've gained about 10. I put a couple of points in strength to try out a few weapons, and I put the rest in vitality and endurance. And I got the full-on chainmail going on because I bought them from the merchant, and it just has a bit more armor, ability to defend than the rest of the stuff that I had before, with the exception of the gloves, but which are about the same as before. Beyond that, I bought the repair box, the bottomless box, and the key that was shown in the, I believe last video was the one where we saw all of those. So yeah, so that's where we're at, and now we have a bone to pick with a Black Knight. I'm probably gonna die again, but at least I'm gonna try my best, you see. So let's just try to be all industrious and capable, so yes. And yeah, so I eventually went back to the short sword, at least for now, because it has a move set which is familiar to me. And oh, and I also picked up the heater shield, which is it blocks 100% of the physical attacks in damage, as you can see. I'm hoping that I'm gonna just outlast the Black Knight here this time. It'll take a while, because... and I don't feel too brave about the, attacks until that happens, because that move usually does not have a follow-up. That might happen. That was a... yeah. Like, that move could have easily had a follow-up move still, so like so. Yeah, and it's really hard to predict which one it's gonna be. So if I jump the gun in, utilizing a different window than before, then I just, place myself in a world of hurt. So... after that move, it seems to be okay to hit him, at least so far. But all the other ones are... oh, that was lucky that I kinda... yeah. Okay. But yeah, again, he could have put the sword back on his back there and just not, let me do my thing, so... this is the method I usually utilize with the Black Knight if I have to, again, I don't... yeah, that could have gone either way. That... when he put the sword in his back, like there was a spot where he could have easily have hit me again. I got lucky, like, at least for the third time in a row that it didn't happen. So what I mean is, when he does the the shield thrust and the sword thrust, it seems, at least to me, that then he doesn't have a follow-up attack. With every other combo he seems to possibly have. I'm not sure about the long shield thrust either. He might not have one, but I'm not sure. So, if you jump the gun on the wrong kind of combo, he'll then get through to you, possibly, and you'll be in a world of hurt. Just, manage the stamina and all that. I'm not sure if I could have done this without the 100% shield, to be perfectly honest, because that's just the comfort zone I've always worked with. I'm not really good at dodging. I cannot for the life of me parry. That's just no. So, oh, and yeah, if you're, a person who can't get down the parry, which is like the whatchamacallit, the super precise shield movement where you sort of, well, you parry the opponent's attack and, get an advantage. Really hard to pull off, and it's risky. It's very useful, but it's not necessary. I've beaten this game twice without parrying even once the, entire game, so that's not that bad. But again, as I mentioned before, beating this game twice does not make me, lucky. Does not make me an expert. It more just makes me stubborn, because I always over-level my characters, and I go to the school of just... and I go with the school of just being really, really... as heavy as I can be with heavy armor and heavy, like, you know, protections, while having a medium weight character, as in the equip load would then be at 50%. And my weapon of choice is usually a claymore in this game, I think. Which is, I'm not saying it's the best weapon by any means. It just, I find comfort in using it. That's just the way I roll. So it does have some weaknesses if you're not willing to overlevel your character, but I am willing to do that, so that sort of, you know, comes with the program. What I mean by that is Claymore has the weakness of not scaling super well in comparison to other super good weapons, like the there's this great scythe, I believe, which is, for example, a really good dex weapon that scales really well, whereas the Claymore is it has good damage, but it scales on an average, you know, rate at both strength and dexterity. So you need to be a both and both build, really, which, if you want to go all the way, that requires essentially the ability to just to use a lot of time to, you know, get things done. I didn't remember if I could really get good backstabs here, but apparently I can if I'm, you know, just go for it. Oh, I got greedy and I immediately almost died. That's what I mean. That's how this goes. I got greedy with the backstabs, trying, and I almost died immediately. So, and I, you know, try to find a good, you know, reliable spot to use your Estus here is, you know, we'll see. Maybe here. Not quite. Try again. Ah, good enough. Whoa, that was not supposed to happen. I had my shield up and he hit at the exact correct moment when I was sort of like falling from the ledge. Ow. That was not okay. Let's hope that I don't die, but you know, you never know with this. And also the backstabbing can be a little precise, so yeah. Let's just see if we can get this done. There, and that's our cue to take an Estus. Jeez. Okay, come on. Again, I tried to backstab there, but it just it's really precise, and I'm not, you know, practiced in doing that. Whew. I'm still a little, like, calling a little bullshit on the hit that he supposedly got, because whoa. I'm sure it was fair, but it didn't feel fair at all. I was greedy there and got lucky I didn't get super punished. And there you go. Black Knight Shield and Titanite Chunk. Yeah. I don't remember exactly how good the Black Knight Shield is, but I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be better than the stuff I have currently. Not good against magic, but very good against fire. And better against lightning than the other stuff. I don't remember... am I gonna go up against magic anytime soon, but... Oh, insufficient strength. Right. I need to wait for that to get 16 strength. Okay, good. But it's fine. Oh, and I also picked up some like loot items from grinding, like say the Hollow Soldier Shield, which is a little bit worse and weighs more, so I didn't really, you know, use it. But oh well. But it's also a 100% defense shield if one needs one. Okay, that went almost very badly, but at least we got it done. So Black Knight person is gone, and we didn't get the Black Knight sword, which would almost, honestly, getting the Black Knight sword here would almost break the game, because it is indeed especially without super good stats, it is almost the best sword in the game. In the end, if you're like 40 strength, 40 dexterity, Claymore is just slightly better at you know, normal bonuses and all that, but even that's just by a little tiny bit. As a base damage, I believe the Black Knight sword is considerably better than the other stuff. So okay, actually, now that we're, you know, with the fog gate here, I should probably do a thing, and that thing will be, I'm gonna kindle the bonfire from where we start, because, and I'm gonna do it now because I can't really do it if I die, because you see the number in the upper left corner is called humanity. And essentially that, as a number, it boosts my item discovery rate and that sort of stuff. But it also gives me the ability to reverse hollowing, which should remove the number by 1. Yes, and now I'm human again, and our skin condition is gone. I have like normal skin again and all that. So now I can kindle the bonfire, which then makes the bonfire capable of giving me 10 Estus flasks instead of 5 as maximum. So there we are with that. So that's good. I might as well actually, like, repairing the equipment is this simple. You just do it when you've bought the repair box. It'll be useful in the end, because sometimes your equipment might break and it's not fun. Okay, so we need strength to wield the shield, but it's not, you know, the thing is, I don't think it's gonna be that much better for a little while, so it's probably more important to do either Vitality or Endurance. I'm gonna go Vitality because at this point Endurance gives 1 stamina and not 2. It used to give 2 until level 13, and at this point health is, on the very short term, it's more important. In the long term, obviously one should, or at least I would, max out Endurance anyway, because you know, max stamina gives the ability to hit more, which is good. Oh, you fell, I think. Right. And now I just need to deal with the dudes again. Oh, and a quick mention. I don't think it ever happened in Dark Souls 1 in the original version for me on the 360. But in this game, enemies do sometimes respawn even if you haven't gone to a bonfire. Meaning that if I go to the Firelink Shrine, which is the place, you know, in the beginning here, where we've been, kill all the dudes there, go all the way pretty much to here, don't rest at a bonfire, then go back to the Firelink Shrine, and the Firelink enemies will be there again, which is like, okay then, that's interesting. That never happened to me before, I'm pretty sure. And actually beat the first Dark Souls not long ago at all, and that didn't happen then, so that's something that's like, okay, what? Is it just a remaster thing, or is it just a bug that has happened on some versions of the game, or what's the deal? But that was not a thing for me before. Just removing all the fodder from our way there. Actually, you know, that was a bit pointless, but oh well. And keep on going and take care of the fire squad in here. Just eat sword. Ow. Doesn't matter. I can take a few hits while I do this. I might as well, you know, play a little sloppy and get it done instead of just, you know, staying here to use a whole lot of time to do this, because I want to reach the boss, because the boss is interesting, and I have a couple of things to say about the boss as well. And actually, I actually might as well speak about that in a moment, but as I actually mentioned before, I don't like how the equip load is essentially not completely a secret, but almost in the game. In that you should be more clear to the player that the equip load is something you have to know. Because... What are you? I didn't know they would follow me from there, but okay. Because the issue I really have is the game goes out of its way to make all these numbers a thing, like all of this stuff and all the numbers in these, like, I think we can handle, like, without knowing the attack functions of a shield, you know, that sort of thing, but, like, all this stuff is a number, you know, every single thing. But then they don't tell you the number of how fast you are, which is the be-all, end-all of whether or not you can do this game. If it, like, that's my problem with it. Like, they really just... It feels like such a... Like, it feels like a thing that you need to Google to play the game, which is not the way to make a game. That, you know, that's my issue with it. It's a great game, but it's not flawless to me. That's the thing. And just... Please die. Oh! And while I'm here, there was this... I almost forgot. The Black Knight was guarding this passageway, which holds the item we were looking for, or looking at before, being the blue tearstone ring. Oh, there's a nice fire effect, or a smoke effect, and everything. Said tearstone ring boosts defense while the HP is low. This blue tearstone from Katarina boosts the defense of its wearer when in danger. Oh, and just mention that now we know that there is a Katarina somewhere. So that's the, you know, small details of things the game gives in terms of item descriptions. It gives a lot bigger details as well in other items, but it's, if you want to understand or try to form an idea of the lore of the game, you should read the item descriptions. That's the point. Or just, you know, go to YouTube and check for someone's, you know, lore videos on Dark Souls. There's a lot of them. They have a lot of theorizing in them because there's no definitive correct answer, but still. They're pretty fun. Okay, and now traverse the white light to a new area. And yeah, so a beginner's trap here is, if you go forward immediately, you will be in a world of hurt. Because you need to go here and climb up this ladder, of course, because obviously, right? It's, you know... I'm not sure what I think about that, because on one hand it is a beginner's trap. Like, you need to remove these guys to remove the issue of that archer, for example. But then again, paying attention to your surroundings it's sort of still an acceptable thing if you really think about it. So on one hand and then on the other, like, this is not a bad thing, not really, in my opinion. Also, and then I actually feel like I should probably just do a heal of that kind here, because we are up against a boss this time. And this boss is... This is the boss that probably, if you ever, you know, started out Dark Souls and stopped abruptly, like, okay, fine. This is probably the boss that caused you some trouble. So... Hi! And go a lot. The Taurus Demon. Which is a lovely little thing that'll make everything terrible, yes. So, I also don't have a good tactic for this guy, so let's just do what we do. Yay! And back off a lot. It'll be fine. Okay. I'm just gonna try to pull him a little in this direction, and... Oh, that was lucky. Good. And then go back. And hope real... Oh! Camera. Thanks. Yeah, the Dark Souls is notorious for having a bad camera. Or well... It is notorious for having a camera that some people feel the need to defend, while others understand that it does sometimes just suck with really not too many redeeming qualities. That was an example of the camera being an absolute, just useless piece of junk. Okay. Whoa, that was lucky again. And let's hope that we get around everyone again. Come on. Oh, gonna hurt, gonna hurt, gonna hurt. Oh, lucky. Might be not fast enough though. Hop. Ooh, lucky. Perfect. And then go back again. And I gotta say, I've been weirdly lucky so far. It's gonna end in tears pretty soon. Because again, how this is not supposed to go this. Oh, hi again, Taurus Demon. Can you give me the perspective, please? Thank you. And hopefully it doesn't hit me away from the ladder. It can absolutely happen. It has happened before a lot of times. Hop. Yay! And down. And hit him a few times to kill him. Yay! Awesome! That went surprisingly okay. Humanity and Homeward Bone, thanks. And 3,000 souls. Ooh. That, yeah. Okay, so usually what happens is people just run forward and then get attacked by the skeleton archer up there while the Taurus Demon comes from the tower, and then close quarters on this bridge here. There's not much room to maneuver. The fact that he missed all those 3 times so hard when I needed to get past him was... I might need to, like, I don't know, like, check if Gladstone is my second name, the comic book character, the cousin of Donald Duck, the lucky one. Because, boy, and also if you happen to stay anywhere near, for example, this crack here, or this, you know, hole in the wall, you can fall down that. I've heard that the demon might as well, but I've never seen that happen myself, so... Or I haven't looked for it, but I haven't gotten it to happen myself, so yeah. So, the first time I did this was, indeed, I first, like, hit my head against that, like, 15 times dying with a fat rolling character, because I didn't know how equip load worked back then. And then I quit the game for a long time. And then eventually, later on, I still, with the same fat roll character, just locked through by the skin of my teeth on there, and went forward. But, like, that is a really, really... If you don't know exactly what to do, that is... Although, I'm not saying that's the best way to do. I'm sure it's also a very good idea to lure him up into that tower, and then have more room to maneuver around him and then hit him in the shins and all that. That's probably good too. That's probably the way experts actually do it. I don't know. But anyway, like, if you don't know a good way to do that, the increase in difficulty to that boss is... Oh, hi. I became Woodman from Mega Man. Yes, go. Can you just please... There. Good. Great. Yes, so... Ooh, boy. I feel... I don't think I'm fat rolling. I think that's still medium, right? Yes, less than half of 53. Yep, it's at 19.7. Good. And... Okay then. Good, great. Now, actually, we might as well go right here, because we have an NPC to meet. Hello, and again, if you see a dude, don't assume that you can just hit him. Also, friendly characters you probably can't lock onto, like I can't lock onto him, so that's a good sign as well. Hello.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it.
I'm Huma, yes.
Of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son.
Isn't it?
You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
Oh, and as they say, all the sane people laugh like maniacs in this game. So yeah.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you.
Haha.
I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
Sure.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Sure.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this.
Yay! I get White Sign Soapstone for saying yes to him. And again, I wouldn't have gotten that if I wouldn't have known to talk more to him, which is something you need to do in this. Like, until they...
strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
Well, I'm not, luckily, but yeah. Good for us.
Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
If you say so, is that the last thing you do?
Oh, hello there.
Yes, good. Now he's repeating. So yeah, that is the thing there. And while we're here, I actually wanted to just return one more time to the point of why death is okay. I'm still formulating my opinion on that topic. I actually might do a vlog on that subject. I've been thinking about doing something like that. About death as a failed state or something like that. But we have this thing called the dark sign. The dark sign signifies an accursed undead. Those branded with it are reborn after death, but will one day lose their mind and go hollow. That's what I explained before. Death triggers the dark sign, which returns its bearer to the last bonfire rested at, but at the cost of all humanity and souls. Right. So, the two things which help make death okay here is, one, it's an action game to begin with, where it's sort of built into the mechanics of what it is, really. So it's not it's not an immersive horror game or something where the story immersion of immersing yourself in this world for real is the point. It can help, but still, it's not the focus. And second point, they have contextualized death in this world, in our which our character is. Death is a thing, and the rebirth that happens to us is a thing which is explained, and that is really, really important in having death be a good and acceptable fail state. That makes it pretty much okay. Like, that's a really good thing. I actually recently on my own played a bit of BioShock, which, if you remember, it actually contextualizes death as well. It does. Oh. Ow, 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 ow. Even when I knew that, it still was a bit of a problem, yes. So, hello, Drake. Right, but I was playing BioShock, and they have the Vita chambers, or the Vita chambers, which, when the game was new, I think the game got some critique on, you know, the Vita chambers being a bit of a weird thing, in that they have chambers which just resurrect you if you die. Like, huh? And that makes the game even too easy. Well, I'm not saying that's... Well, here's the counter argument to that point. Because I think BioShock was ahead of its time with that in many ways, because the Vita chambers were also mentioned in at least one audio log in the game. Kick ladder, yes. And that audio log mentions them, and then they are contextualized as a thing in the world, which then means that death, and more importantly, the fact that the character is reborn after death, is contextualized within the world. Is it a bit of a hand-wavy, a thing like, well, doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's a thing in the world? Yes, it is, but it's still a thing in the world which contextualizes the fact that you resurrect as a thing, like, oh, I died, okay, and that's not a lot, but it's still the important bit which makes it better in a contextualizing way. I like it. So yes, and we can rest at the bonfire, and if this place looks familiar, it's because it is. That's the same bonfire we started at, or the one where we've been like this time, but now we made a shortcut to up there, and that's a good thing also about the level design in this game. It sort of rolls on itself to create these new paths to new areas using old bonfire, which is really nice. And we can level up our character here, and let's see here. I don't have enough for 2, I think, no. I think now my health is pretty good. I think I'm gonna put one more in endurance, because I almost have enough to do like 6 swings from a full stamina bar, so that'll be good later on. And might as well, I suppose, since we're here, just repair our things. There we go. Didn't get hit once from Taurus Demon. That has never happened before. Wow. And I got lucky. I'm going to just... That was lucky. I was expecting to die to that like 3 times or something, because I would just be a bad everything. But with that though, I am all out of time for this episode, and I do hope you've enjoyed this. Now we've beaten 2 named bosses. And I'm wondering, do you want to see more of this game? As the full extent of the game is probably going to be what? It's not a short game. It's probably around 30 hours, I think. So make of that. Obviously, maybe I wouldn't like video all of that, because, you know, plus the grinding and collecting stuff and that sort of stuff. But, you know, still. I don't know, like, this could be it, but if you want to see more, let me know. It's also possible that I may keep like a break of a couple of weeks from this and then return to it, but not sure. If you want to see more, I'll play more of this. That's absolutely, because I enjoy playing this, and it's a good, you know, change of pace from me from raging about death at every game to play a game where it's really hard, but where death is still okay. It has some BS areas which I really will call out. If we ever get that far, there's some spots, not Blighttown mind you, but other spots which I really think are borderline design flaws in how terrible they are. I'm thinking of 2 from the top of my head immediately, and I'm just gonna say I really hate Tomb of Giants and the Crystal Cavern place. You know what I mean. I feel they are so bad, they are actually badly designed. I'm saying that. Not Blighttown. I actually sort of, in a way, I kind of like Blighttown. But those other 2 are like, ooh, they're bad. But yeah, if we ever get there or so, I'll explain why. But indeed, if I don't hear from anyone, this might be it for all time, or at least for some time. I'm not sure yet, but I do hope you've enjoyed this. And indeed, ask me anything about I feel about this game or the points I brought up and all that stuff. And if you have enjoyed this, please do drop a like or indeed a comment. or even subscribe or share if you want to. It would really, really help. And thank you so much for watching. And I will see you again next time.